So I'm Anto, and my company is Padi, and this is our stack. And I've actually presented this stack before on Monday Live. Basically, we think about things starting at the Padi store, which is where you would buy apps, either buy them or subscribe to them. The purpose of the Padi platform itself is to reduce complexity, provide single sign-on, and provide a dashboard and collaboration. And the users of the Padi platform are basically anybody that's in the operations layer of the stack. And the way it gets delivered is integrators and consultants type entities and technology-wise through web, mobile, and other things, including single pane of glass, which for some odd reason nobody likes the sound of. At the exchange level, we work with gateways and connection profiles. CNSCP is the core open source mechanism to make connection profiles work. And below that layer, we're really agnostic to where the data sits, what type of systems, and what the physical entity is. The main sort of challenge that I'm sort of focused on these days is how to make all of this interoperable, because that is actually the whole idea of the stack. And I propose that we really think about this as a system of systems problem. And that may sound sort of academic and sort of computer sciences, but in reality, we have system of systems in our everyday lives. The buildings that we all work on are full of building systems, HVAC, lighting, et cetera, everything that we've mentioned. And they're all to do with the building, which is in itself a system. So in a way, we are in a system of systems, what I think of as system of building systems, but we're not really architecting the solutions as a system of system principle. So how do we do that? How do we think about that? So I like to use biomimicry, and I've sort of been fascinated with the concept of flocks of birds, in this case, flock of geese, is effectively a system of system, if you think about this. Because the flock, which is the makeup of the birds and how they actually fly, is a system because it's made up of multiple entities and it has a common purpose. And obviously the birds themselves are all systems because they're animals. And so I put the birds on a smarter stack. What is their purpose? They want to fly south. And you have two representative birds here, A and B, and the physical attribute is a specific flock, right? So that's kind of the scenario. And what is the relationship going on here? There is a very clear relationship because bird B is following bird A, right? So that's actually known to both birds. And they also know that they're flying on the left or on the right of the V, right? So every single bird knows this rule, and they've learned that over the past a few million years, and they do it just inherently. That's what system of systems is all about. So what we really think we should be thinking about is putting this into buildings. What does that look like? It looks like this. So you have the building owner's perspective, whatever that is. You again have two representative systems, A and B, of a specific building or room or facility. And here, this is really where the relationships of A and B is defined in a connection profile. And that's an example, what's seen there is an example of a connection profile, which is the equivalent of are you flying on the left or are you flying on the right on the birds, right? And so this is really sort of breaking down the problem to the smallest element, which is really how two entities, two systems connect. And we think this is really the only way we can get this whole sort of range of systems so that they can naturally be able to connect with each other or integrate with each other and work with each other so that they look nice and beautiful like birds. So with that, I'm going to hand over the rest of my time to Bill. Thanks.